Thank you for following Dating with Katy, and today's topic is for the ladies, but guys, you're gonna like it because I'm doing a little call out on the ladies. This is fair play. I did a podcast number 49 where I said why men are pansies. That's a pseudo word for another P word at dating, okay? So I called you guys out pretty harsh in that podcast, and the women were like, agree, she's right. And so now, ladies, I'm calling you out. I'm so discouraged because Tinder stock is plummeting. Men are stopping. They're not wanting to be on the online stuff anymore. They don't even want to approach women anymore. I work with men. They're highly discouraged. And I have to say that we got ourselves into this quandary. It is our fault. And I know it's not your personal technical fault, but there could be some things that you are doing personally that could be your fault. So with that being said, we'll get to all of that, but make sure that you have subscribed. Send this to a friend and get in my database. I have to tell you, I get amazing clients. And I say this and you guys see me post this and I take their pictures. And these are guys that, ladies, you would pass on. You would think, oh, their photo's not cute, pass. It's because I didn't take their photos. And they don't really have a woman who's going to hang out with them and take their photos. So give them a break. It's also, they're the same guy. I just made them look better in a photo, remember? And I'd probably make you look better too if I took your photos. And these are the guys that are quality, they're investing, they're asking me to find them amazing women, so they're looking for their equal as well. And if that's you, you're gonna get in my database, you're gonna have good quality pictures, you're gonna have a great bio, you're gonna tell me about yourself. And if you don't, then I'm not gonna reach out to you. It's that simple. And I have to tell you that if I don't reach out to you, and this is for some of you ladies, it's one, because you're in an area that men are not looking to date. Don't take it personally. I just called someone in Arkansas randomly. It would be a good fit for my client and he's willing. She was so excited and she thought, well, Katy, was I not pretty enough? And I said, no, there's nobody who wanted to date in your area. So don't take that part personally. But I will say that some of you are just not to the caliber visually that my clients would like. And we will get into that in the podcast. If you take that personally, then you are not someone who wants to grow or 2.0 yourself, and then fine. Then you can find another man, and I'm all for an ass for every saddle, lid for every pot. Your guys out there, but don't take it personal. If my client who is investing in his love life also wants a woman who looks good to his eyes, because that's fair. Because you want someone who looks good to you. So let's jump into today's topic. Now, my buddy Drew Diener and I, we do a radio podcast on ESPN Louisville once a week. He has a little relationship section that we talk about love and socks and, dating online. And so he sent this to me today. So thank you, Drew, because he feels it. He absolutely agrees. He sends me this 30-minute video with some man's voice. I don't even know who created the video, but it's 100% on. And it talks about how men are not going online anymore. They're not doing online dating. They're exhausted by it. Women have this is what it said. Women have crazy expectations, unrealistic expectations, and unrelatable attitudes. Now that one makes me really sad. And I'd have to agree. When I listen to, not my 20%ers, but when I listen to those who don't know what I believe in and how I teach, and they come at me and telling me I'm wrong and it's the men, no, ladies, it is not. As a matter of fact, there is a woman who created a video. I think it's on TikTok. I don't follow TikTok, but I saw it somewhere, and she's 38. She talks about how I paid this matchmaker for a phone call because I wanted her to work with me. Well, guess what? Us matchmakers have options. And some of you we don't want to work with. And so we will tell you that, but you do have to pay us for our time for a phone call. So this woman was complaining about that. We tell you it's a paid phone call. So you can choose that or not. But this woman goes on to say, this matchmaker told me I was too much this and too much that, basically telling me I was going to be single forever and she would not work with me. Guess what? I usually hardly ever, almost zero, work with women now. Only in coaching, because when I matchmake, I do it for quality and not just money and height and all these preferences that you women are crazy about. And I know my listeners are like, but Katy, I have my standards list, because girl, you're going to find the winner because your standard list is what's important. That's a podcast in itself. I have a whole YouTube live on how to create your standards list. I give you choices, things you should really be focusing on. So for my girls out there who are 20%ers who are open, be open, who when I call on the phone and they're like, Katy, I'll totally go out with your client. we don't know if it's a 100% good fit, but I know because I've looked at both sides of the story that this is what she said, this is what he wants. I'm going to put them on a date. Now, there are matchmakers, and I had a girl said, I had a terrible matchmaking experience. This woman in Dallas sent me on a date with like fat, rich guys. Look, none of my clients are fat and rich. If they are fat, I tell them to get trainers. If they can afford me, they can afford trainers. I'm not cool with, obesity. It's a deeper issue. It's just not, it's not pretty. No girl should have to look at that either. So that's not how I match make. So ladies, if you are in the database, know I'm on your team as well. Of course, my paying client is my client, but I want to protect your heart and I do care about you and I want to find you a great match as well. So if I call you, go on the date because I actually thought that you could be a quality fit. Okay, so this thing is talking about how women, it's just now they're doing a select membership, right? Everybody's like, Katy, when are you going to create the dating app that does exactly what you're doing at a more affordable rate? I'm not there yet, although we do have a matchmaker in Dubai who's doing that. So I've invested in her company because I believe in it. So it'll be interesting to see how she does. I'm really proud of her. Christiana, go check her out, the Maxion app. So she's got a much higher caliber. Not everybody is accepted. Oh, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but if you don't have great pictures and if you don't keep yourself well and if, you just don't come to the table with anything, you don't get to be a part of it. So if you want to play the game, you better learn the rules, which, by the way, my new book, I just sat down to write it today. So excited. So excited. A few of my rules for dating. Okay, well, ladies, I'm going to go into it with you. I have about 8, probably 9 different things that you need to make sure you are not doing any of these. That this is not a heart attitude that you have, maybe a real attitude, maybe a mind attitude. Maybe you don't say it, but you think it sometimes, or maybe you act out in these ways. This is what guys say. This is what I hear from feedback all the time. I get lots of date feedback. I mean, my client just went out. She was feminine. She was soft. She came in a beautiful cream dress. Cream dress. How interesting that he didn't just say she came in a pretty dress. It was a cream dress. She chose her colors well. She didn't have some funky old prints on her dress. She wasn't looking like all animal printed out. Look, I love animal print, but you got to wear it right. She was styled. She was kind. Her eyes looked beautiful. I mean, guys see this stuff, girls. And you think, oh, guys aren't romantic. Oh my gosh, they really are. When you bring it. When you bring it, girls. So let's bring it. Let's make sure we're not doing these things. Number 1, you're intimidating. I get it. A lot of you that are ball busters, and my alpha girls, I'm an alpha girl. I could be a little intimidating, but it's not working for you. Okay. So in this, like, I'm a badass boss babe mentality, girl, that works over here, but it doesn't work in your dating life. You've got to bring that kindness and the warmth. And I do feel like if you see me, I'm smiling, I'm meeting everybody, I'm giving hugs, because as much as I can be ball buster, Katy over here giving the rules and the advice and my opinions, I also just want to hug you. And I just want to make sure you're having a good day. And even though I give you all these things, I really care about your heart. And that is what men are looking for. Women who care about their heart. And yes, I know a guy would probably never say that, do you care about my heart? But they actually really want to make sure that you care about their heart. So bring it down, ask a friend, say, am I intimidating? Like, am I too much? Am I too much? I mean, I can be a little too much sometimes, and it's not my attractive side. Even my husband will say, that big Katy sometimes isn't really what I love as much as like the soft Katy. Okay. So number 2, you think you bring something to the table. And this one I'm going to address specifically about money. Yes, we get it. You have, again, alpha female, you made the money, but Katy, I make $400,000. Nobody cares. No man has ever said, hey, Katy, I want her to make this much money. Now, he has said, I don't want her to take my money, because he's had women who's taken it. He also says, I want her to bring something to the table, or I want her finances in order. I don't want to be paying for every single thing. Ladies, that is your job. You need to have your finances in order. And if they're not, you maybe shouldn't be dating. But your success is not what a man needs. And I've said this before, and I still hear women who said, well, Katy, but, I'm so successful and la-di-la. And I don't care. None of us care. None of us matchmakers care. Us matchmakers, we're highly successful. I mean, I got girls clocking $500K from matchmaking in my team. And that's rock star status in my book. I'm like, girl, I'm not there yet, but honestly, I'm like too busy with other things in life. Like, I love just my little handful of clients. This is where I'm at. I'm getting my book done. We all have different goals, right? I got my kids. So But she knows, all of us know, because all of us are in great relationships. We're all getting married. We're having babies. They're the youngins. I'm the grandma of the group here. But they know that their success is not what brings a man. And they also know not to flaunt it in front of a man. And don't get competitive with the man, okay? Because you're confused, ladies. This is your number 3. You're a little bit delusional in the fact that you think, and this is big on Instagram, that you're a queen. I wanna hit a little hard on this one. Girl, you are not a queen, okay? Stop liking the post that says you're a queen. Stop thinking you're a queen, because a queen has to be, one, married to a king. And if you're not married and you're single, you're a lady in waiting. Yep, I said it. I'm going to get a little flack like, oh, she doesn't understand. I mean, I Googled like, what is a queen? I have this, girl, like the rights, like a queen is this and a queen. No, it doesn't matter what you think a queen is. First off, when you look at a real queen, she represents her country and her king. That's it. And there's a great example, Elena Cardone. She is on Instagram, her husband Grant. They rock it, super successful, great couple, happy family. Hello, everything I want, everything you want, I would believe. She has a great little Instagram reel. And she talks about how she didn't say the word queen, but as his wife, and that's what you all want. You want to be in a deep-seated relationship. And now most of you want to be wives. You want to be married. And here's the thing. If you say to me, I want to be married, but I'm okay with a long-term relationship, you just lied to yourself. No, you want to be married. That's what you really said. So I'll hold you accountable to that when I'm on a phone call with you. Like, girl, you said you want to be married. So let's say you want to be in a long-term relationship. Do you want Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, or do you want like a deep marriage? So with that being said, let's go back to Elena Cardone. She rocks this whole idea that as the queen, right, as the woman, as the married wife in the relationship, she takes care of her man. She protects him. She watches over the children. She makes space for him to succeed. So you know what that does? It takes away from her time from herself, because she is serving everybody else. Now, I make sure my man has water on his table. My man is highly capable. He did this before we were married, but he's got water on his table when he starts his day. I make his coffees. I bring him his lunch. Whether I'm making it or buying it, it doesn't matter. I take care of him because his success is my success. And that is what a queen is. So until you've got that opportunity, ladies, you better be practicing and maybe letting go of everything that you think is your success, because you need to start to partner and build with somebody in your life. And that's truly what a queen is. All right, number 4, some of you are just too loud. You're a little too much. And I can be that way. I can, if I drink too much, I get a little bigger and a little feisty, and it's not cute. I came home the other day, I had 3 drinks, gone out for hours, and I was like, had a little saucy on me, and it's not cute. It's not attractive. Some of you are that way without even drinking. Like, what is this personality this woman has? I get on phone calls with you, and all you do is talk about yourself. I'm so kind. I'm so this. I'm like, I am done. Like, it's such a turnoff to me, and I'm trying to help you out. So be careful that you're not too loud, you're not too much, you're not too into yourself, you don't think you're so great. That's kind of a pretend queen mentality. That's what I'm seeing on Instagram with all these like, queen, you're a queen. No, you're not. You're delusional. You bring it down a little bit. It's like when your kid tells you what he's going to do and you look at him and go, really? You're telling me what to do? Get back to the space of being kind and humble and just, you've got to grow. You got some areas to grow. This is a good one. My husband and I did a little questionnaire last night. We had our weekly huddle. And the question was, what's one thing about me that you would like me to change? And I knew what he was going to say. I already knew what he was going to say. And it's sometimes my emotions. I get high and I get low, or I'm a little direct sometimes. So of course that's what he said. But the irony is that I actually would like him to be a little bit more emotion filled. He is extremely flat, and which is great in our relationship because we don't escalate. It's rare that we escalate. My ex-husband and I, we would escalate. He'd escalate. I'd escalate even more. So it's great to find a partner that works with me and not against me. But we both have things we need to work on. And you know what? Something we learned at church, and my pastor Keith Kraft says, this is what you respond back when someone gives you advice. You say, thank you for correcting me. I'm glad you're helping me become better. Can you say that, ladies? And are you open to that? All right, number 5, you actually don't want a good man. So I had a client once. She was a coaching client. very successful. Again, these very successful women. She had 2 kids, and she was dating this guy, and he would disappear for 2 weeks, and she would have issues with her house, and he wouldn't come and offer help. He would disappear, go to his workout classes, and she had been dating this guy for 2 years. Now, honestly, I want to smack her in the head because her answer was, well, I keep dating him because the sex is so good. Okay, well, great. You can have good sex with a bad guy all day long. But honestly, my coaching is not going to help you until you get your head straight, and start realizing that the good guy, which is probably what you don't want, and every good man out there is shaking his head saying, yep, Katy, they say they want the good guy, but then they go to the douchebag. Then they go to the nice guy, the simp, right? And you might like the simp because you can push him around and you make him do what you want. But the good guy's got a backbone. The nice guy doesn't even have one. He's just like gross, and you still like him. So my question to you is, what is your deeper reason why? Maybe get some therapy. Maybe look at some of the advice on connections and how you're connecting with people in your past. Do they behave like your dad? So therefore you just find that convenient, safe, but that doesn't mean it's healthy for you. There's a lot of deep relationship coaching out there, you guys, and I'm just giving you that shallow surface of what men tell me and what I'm seeing. So go figure out why you keep liking the bad guy. Why you keep liking the douchebag. That's on you. That's all I can say. Number 6, you're just actually not that feminine. You think in this day and age where feminine, masculine it's kind of a big thing, right? We all know what a masculine man is, but are you truly a feminine woman? Are you soft? Are you dressing pretty? Have you updated, which is my number 8? You have to realize you have competition. So you better pull that feminine side out. This is why you're not winning. Your pictures are not good. You don't look feminine. You look a little, frumpy. And I've got a whole course on that, Frumpy to Fabulous. It's called 7 Steps to Sexy. It is my personal story. It's everything I share with you. I show you what to buy, what to invest in. I tell you how to be sexy when you're flirting and texting without giving out sex. You don't owe anybody sex. We talk about hair. We talk about makeup. Literally, I talk about exercise. I show you exercises for those flabby areas because, hey, you don't even like looking at him, so he doesn't either. So get on it. You want him fit, you need to get fit. So we've got to really focus on our femininity, bringing out a 2.0. I 2.0'd myself after my divorce, but I'm on 7.0 right now, okay? Because I am always trying to keep myself well, stay stylish, and I got this cute little Chanel sweater. It's got a little matching skirt for date night with some thigh-high boots. Hello, sexy, right? And so you've got to stay current. It's important to men, and it's important for your confidence, whether you believe it or not. Some of you will say, well, Katy, it doesn't matter. It does matter. I can see a confident woman a mile away, and they're never dressed sloppily. No, unless they just woke up in their PJs. That's fine. And then lastly, ladies, and I have a whole podcast on this, podcast 73, you are dating with limitations. And so you're not successful because really you can't be. Whether it's financially, you're struggling, you're living in debt, you have too many kids and not enough time, that's okay. Just get those things right. Get them right before you really start to try to hook a man and just have fun with it, or at least be upfront with the guy and say, I'm not looking for a real relationship, I'm just looking for fun. And then you're gonna have to deal with your heart's decision on that. And that's fine, mutually beneficial both ways. But ladies, I'm here for your success. I am not being harsh. I'm happy to give you some feedback. If you're like, Katy, what about these photos? I'm doing a photo shoot on Friday with a local woman in Dallas. I give her photo ideas. I show her photos I've taken in the past. Guys, I'm here for your success. I want you to get confident, be successful, and have some fun dating. And I need to change that and find the one you want to be with, right? That is the ultimate goal. So ladies, I'm on your team. Guys are going to thank me for this. If you have any questions, reach out, DM me, or just email me at Dating with Katy and get in my database, and let's help you find the love of your life. Cheers until next time.